And we're good. But that's excellent.
Oh.
Oh.
What's the Batman thing?
You talking about from like Adam West?
Batman.
Oh God.
So we saw the Batman.
Yes, we saw. Oh yeah, it's actually titled The Batman, isn't it?
The Batman.
I'm gonna say the.
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 Can't whistle note.
I ain't gonna do it. Wow, they mess up some folks' ears. So yes, we went to see The Batman.
Yes, we did.
And how did you like it?
I enjoyed it.
You didn't love it, just enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, you have problems. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed it. It just lost my train of thought. It did a lot of things that I needed it to do to enjoy it.
Mhm. Same.
It also did some things. I think it's too long, but
yes, there were moments in the movie where I'm just like, oh my god, how much longer do we have? Because it's just, I get it. Like, there were scenes, I guess, that needed to be there, but there are also scenes that I did not feel need to be there.
it does a very good job, if not the best job, of showing how intelligent and how much of a detective Batman is.
Yes, I love that. It
Mhm.
really did feel like, oh, okay, he's cracking it. And like, it wasn't just I'm gonna use all of this that I shouldn't know.
Like tech and stuff.
Yeah, it actually used like detective work.
Yeah.
No gadgets or gizmos, just.
I mean, he had
good old-
gadgets and gizmos to do things, but it was like very bare. And like the stuff he was using, it was like he had to like turn knobs and shit to make stuff look clear and sound clear.
Yes.
And instead of just being like, well, it's on my computer, I have the technology. It was like, oh, you actually have to. So that was
What
cool.
I felt was missing was the Bruce Wayne factor.
Okay.
Like, I get that this iteration of Bruce is moody and sad and doesn't want to deal with his family, but I feel like that's not great.
I get what you're saying. That's why I always thought Robert Pattinson didn't. Well, okay, I didn't think he looked like Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
But I do think he's a good Batman.
He's a great.
I just wish they would have did Batman Beyond, and he could have been Terry McGinnis. He gives me Terry McGinnis vibes, but for what he was told to do, I mean, he did a really good job.
He did an amazing job.
I just don't like how, like, you know how they say he's supposed to be like brooding? He was more emo, I think.
He was very, very just sad, and he gave me "I'ma shank you" vibes whenever he wasn't in his Batman garb.
So when he like showed up to the Penguin Lounge.
Yes, I'm just like, oh, he's about to shank everybody in there.
As Bruce Wayne. Not as Batman, but just as Bruce Wayne. Just
like, you coming, Mom?
He had the hair
The
in front of his
swoopiness.
face and stuff.
And I just feel like, cause like whenever I see white guys who like have like the, I'm just like, dude, just get some gel, swoop it back, and be okay.
Jesus Christ.
He needs therapy.
Okay, let's get into that. He 1,000% needs to see a therapist because he still has not dealt with his parents being murdered. And like, I know if that happened to me, it would take years for me to like be able to move past that. And like that's why he's doing the Batman thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I actually saw a funny thing. They said that he's like, he's not really the Batman. If you haven't noticed, he doesn't call himself the Batman. He calls himself Vengeance. And I died. And I was like, bro, who are you? I'm Vengeance. I remember when he said that in the first trailer I watched. I burst out into laughter.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm pretty sure me and Carlos were the only ones laughing in the theater. And at times we probably weren't supposed to laugh.
Okay, yeah.
Because towards the middle ending-ish, there was a guy...
So at like the 2-hour mark.
There was a guy that he was beating up. And they were just like, who are you? And he's like, I am Vengeance. Kid you not, Robert Pattinson's Batman looked at him with so much disgust and like, how dare you? That's my line.
No, that had me weak. That had us weak. Hey, I bet were we the assholes in the theater?
No, someone chuckled behind us. I guess we just had to give them permission to chuckle at this movie.
Okay.
Because like there are times where I'm just like, okay, you're clearly taking yourself too seriously.
And I think that I'm okay with that because of how he is as Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Like, I gotta stop saying so much. But it did a good job of showing that Batman is who he is. Mm-hmm. Bruce Wayne is the mask. Yeah. But he hasn't made the persona of billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. He hasn't made that persona yet. Because he's only been Batman for 2 years. I think he said he's been in the shadows for 2 years, like nocturnal, and so he has that journal so that his days don't run together.
Yes, I really did appreciate that. I thought that was a very nice touch. I never appreciate or like or tolerate how these Bruce Waynes be treating poor Alfred.
Hey, no.
Poor Alfred is doing his fucking best. No.
I will say this. I think this is the worst Batman has ever treated Alfred in anything that I have like looked at, because he was like, "You're not my father." I was like, "Bro."
I'm just like, dude. This man raped you.
Just like, all right, you know what?
Poor Alfred.
I'm like, hey, go out on the streets, man, because you gotta take your anger out on some villains or something, some ne'er-do-wells, because you ain't got to do Alfred like that. Jesus Christ, dude.
I do love that we didn't really get the same old backstory of
Thank God.
But in a way, we got a mirror of it.
Are you talking about with the little boy? See, if you remember in the beginning of the movie, I said, "Oh God," it's because I thought that was them killing the parents. But I'm glad that it's not.
Yeah, I thought the same, but I was just like, wait, no, because like they're talking about vigilantes. I'm like, okay, so it's not.
So it's not because he already exists. Thank goodness. That was a spoiler. I'm sorry. Oh well.
Oops. So, how did you like Zoe Kravitz's interpretation of Catwoman?
I liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I don't have any qualms with her character at all.
There's nothing I can talk about with her that would.
Oh, we can't discuss her really because that's a big spoiler.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna say this: I was impressed that you figured it out before I did.
Oh, as soon as I peeped what was going on, I was like, oh, okay, I know what's going on.
I was just like, huh?
I don't know if it's because. Okay, we gonna cut this because it might spoil. The reason why I thought like that is because of Gotham. Not because of Catwoman, but because of Fish Mooney.
Oh.
Wasn't Fish Mooney like connected to one of those?
She was.
Was she the daughter or?
No. She just worked with them.
Okay, because I remember somebody being like they saw their mother go through it with that, like with the mobsters and shit. Was that Fish Mooney or was that Selena? Like one of the kids.
Yeah.
Like one of the adults that was a kid or whatever. It was, but that's what made me think like Falcone her daddy. I this is what I thought was like Falcone is either her dad or he has raped her.
Oh.
Because the way he like touched her and like called her girl was just like he ain't seen her in a while and it made her really uncomfortable. I was like, did he? And then maybe like 10 minutes later I was like, that's her daddy. I just immediately I was just like, that's her daddy. Like that's the only place my brain went.
Okay.
Because it was just like it was too much.
Coincidence?
Like, not coincidence. It was just like she was like going like making sure she like got away from him, but also
her reaction afterwards,
and she like kind of just knew the type of person he was more so than like the people around me, they're scared or whatever, but she's like she don't want to talk about it. She don't want to talk about him with Bruce. She's just like, no.
What I loved about Zoe is because you're probably gonna hate this, but I love the Catwoman. And so seeing Zoe
Remind you of Halle Berry?
Yes, and I loved it. I was just like,
Jesus
yay.
Christ. Oh my goodness.
It's a win for us.
Good God Almighty.
Because
why would you bring up that movie?
It's a very good movie. I don't care what you say. I love it.
Okay. Moving on. Continue.
But yeah, I didn't care for how she was at times.
Zoe?
Yeah. But I think that was a director's choice where it was like she would be very flirtatious. Flirtatious. And then she was like and then she was just like super independent and then dependent and then flirtatious, but like I don't know, it was just like her character was a lot, and I felt like because of how she is portrayed in the comics, they didn't, for some reason, they just didn't know how to put a Catwoman in the story without
a specific story,
making her a love interest. And I feel like she deserves more because she's more than a love interest. She's her own person, and she doesn't need Batman.
Okay. It's because the other way around. Batman needs her.
Yeah.
I will say that. So I get what you're saying. And the reason why I don't have a problem with how she was acting at certain points is because I think the plot, like, not that it was a plot convenience, but like the plot was the driving, like her like state of mind is what made her do those things.
Yes.
Like if she was like calm and collected, she wouldn't have reacted the way she reacted, or she wouldn't have done or said the things she said in the way she said them. But because she was in that state of mind of I have got to do this, I've got to do that, my friend this, my friend that, yes. I think it altered her her normal way of going about things and being independent. Because she had seen what Batman was capable of. Like she up close and personal, she saw what he was capable of, and like she can't handle Batman. So if she would want anybody's help,
it would be his.
Exactly. That's why I didn't have a problem with it. But I see what you're saying, and I agree. It was kind of weird, but I was able to look past it.
Yeah.
Now what I wasn't able to look past was that thing they did. Remember, I even looked. I was just like,
yeah.
The guy that called Marlon was just like, I knew you was gonna have a problem. But moving on.
How did you like James Gordon?
So, this is like I like the James Gordon from the Dark Knight trilogy. But this one, it was just I don't know. It was something about how he was out of the loop of so much stuff that was going on behind the scenes. But it was like genuine of like, I'm trying to do good.
Yeah.
But it was just something about the performance where I was just like, I fuck with him as Gordon.
I do like him as Gordon. I guess it's just for my jadedness with cops in general that it's hard for me to see, like, it's hard to sell me that you work with this person and you don't know that they're shady. You don't know they're dirty. You just expect them to be good. Like,
See,
you work with this person.
This is what I'm gonna say about that. You work with that person. Like, he's a lieutenant, so he ain't like around these dudes. You know, he out doing his lieutenant thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he around them, but all of the stuff that they like did that was shady was like off the clock. He don't seem like the type to hang out with them while they off the clock.
That's true.
He seemed like,
I'm gonna go home to my family.
exactly. That's why I was just like, okay.
Seeing that perspective, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Okay.
And I really like how the bat signal is not at GCPD.
Yes.
Because whenever it happened, I was like, wait a minute. So you got this light on top of GCPD and don't nobody know you like been talking with Batman and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, oh, it's in another location. Mm-hmm. Boy, that makes perfect sense. So I like that. Look at that. How did you feel about the villain?
Okay, so I've been listening and watching a lot of murder dogs. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this little dweeby guy, this little dweeby guy is doing all of this, it makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. He is unremarkable. You look over him, you don't suspect him for anything, and that's how a lot of serial killers are. They're the guy that blends in with the crowd, and you don't suspect him of anything. So it fits, and it works for me, and I like it. I like how he was smart as fuck.
He was like, I expected you to be smarter, Batman. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
And I was like, when that happened, I was like, damn, I wish the movie was over, but I like what's going on.
Yes.
But I wish this movie was
Yeah. In that scene, I was also concerned about how he was gonna twist it.
What you mean twist it?
Whenever Batman was in the interrogation room and they was recording on him, and the Riddler was saying, "You are Bruce Wayne," and all this, and Batman was just remaining silent. I'm just like, how is he gonna twist this?
I don't know. Like, so I was paying attention to that. I don't think he actually said, "You are Bruce Wayne." I think he was like.
He said it in more of a theory.
No, I don't think. Did he ever say you?
I feel like he.
Because I feel like he just started saying. Because he said we didn't get Bruce Wayne, like he just started saying Bruce Wayne's name. He was like, we never got him. So I would have to rewatch that, but I don't, because when I was just like, bro, everybody's just gonna know, like the guards and shit, they just gonna know. What the fuck he just said?
And then my thing is, like, he had pictures of Bruce Wayne, like, posted everywhere, so it's just like, how does he not know? Like, would they not put it together? But then
I feel like the I know who you are, it was either for like, oh, I know you Batman, or it was I know the real like person the Waynes are. But I don't know. I would have to watch it again to like really go into that. I think, like, back to the whole Riddler thing, being more, like, realistic. I think, even though, like, Dark Knight already had, like, a realistic-esque take on, like, Batman, if he was in the real world or whatever, I think this is more realistic. Because there's a part where Batman is, like, gliding down, but it's not, like, a bat thing. He looks like a fucking flying squirrel.
Yes, there are also points in the movie I'm just like, nah, you should be more fucked up than that. But I guess I'll suspend my disbelief. Whatever.
Disbelief. You get so tongue tied. Anyways, so, and it's like that's why Bruce Wayne doesn't have that persona yet, because it's like it's more realistic. It's like he still hasn't.
He has not dealt with his parents.
It's like maybe he'll get to that point, but he's that's trauma.
Yeah, he needs to unpack that and deal on tea.
Yeah, because he don't need to do Alfred like that. I also liked how it was other people at Wayne Manor.
Yes.
Cause like Alfred run on and shit. But then like that woman showed up, I was like, oh, so it's not just Alfred.
Yeah, and I can't talk about that.
I liked the Penguin.
Yeah, his makeup job.
Yeah, because he looks nothing like the actor.
Chef kiss.
I like how it was like, he kind of was low on the totem pole, and by the end it's kind of like, he might take a forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, by the end of this trilogy, or however many they make, I don't know what they're gonna do. They, like, by the end, like, we might actually see like, oh, this is our Bruce now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they did with the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, it's just like, it's hard for me.
Well, not they, because DC and Marvel.
It's hard for me to not go in jaded, not go in tired.
Oh, because of Batman?
Seeing the same story.
This story was different. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But
it's
seeing the same character over and over, like if this had came out before Snyderverse, I probably would love this movie.
Yes.
But I am fatigued.
Yes.
Of some DC, like, I'm fatigued of Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
I'm hella fatigued of them.
I don't want to see them more.
Fatigue aside, I enjoyed the movie.
I did too. So
We enjoyed
you
it.
should go and see it and comment about it. Tell us what you think.
She's scared to say it because she gonna mess up.
I am.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the little bell.
Ding.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Let us know what you think about the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend it. I think it's worth the watch if you have 3 hours that you're not gonna get back. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So have a good one.
Bye.